Hello there. What up, y'all? Let me put that on mute and see what this is all about. What's going on, everybody? John Stannis here with Limitless Hoops. Thank you for joining me. Hey, if you are as excited as I am about improving your game of basketball, then you have come to the right place because we are using this curriculum book right here. Without the glare, without the glare, without the glare. Turn the glare off. Focus, focus. Dude, it's really hard. But inside the book, we have a whole bunch of stuff, because it's queued up to my skin color. Sorry, guys. But yes, whole bunch of stuff every single day for you to do to get better. But make sure that you're actually doing it, or else you're not gonna get better. So here on Wednesdays, we like to talk about a whole bunch of like philosophical things and things like that. Why do we do this? It's just to keep you perpetually hyped. You will get sick of this show. Sadly. Even though it's going to be a perpetual hype machine, tell you what we're doing for the itinerary. Once you get used to the stuff, you're like, yeah, I know the workout. Yeah, I'm sure. I've heard of all of John's stupid jokes. Then you'll be like bored of the show. And then quickly it'll start going even lower. What up, Jace, Dolph? Yes, it'll start being like, well, then okay, I can kind of skip that workout. I can kind of skip that practice. Hey, part of this, a huge part of this, is learning how to appreciate, enjoy, and to revel in monotony. What that means, that was a lot of big words, is you must make doing stuff over and over and over again, the boring stuff, fun. All right? Sadly, like, at every camp, they told us the same things, but it was like we weren't doing those things in the game. You have to hear it more than just several times. You have to hear it a whole bunch of times so that it becomes who you are. Think about school. Think about your parents when they tell you to clean up your room. Is it just once? They just said it once. They said it 10 times. No, they say it like every freaking day. So then hopefully you can grow up to become that kind of person, right? So yes, it is very monotonous. We will try to help you with that show, with this live stream show, by switching it up every day. I try to. I have a whole list of different things that I talk about each day to kind of switch it up a little bit. We'll also be adding other hosts, man, soon. I hate doing this every single day, but sooner or later, once we get our coaches this fall, we will slowly integrate them into taking over this show, so that you get a different voice every day. Because even hearing your parents' voice, or your teacher's voice, or your coach's voice, it gets really, really old after a while. You're like, blah, 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 blah. All right. That's why I try to change my intonations when I speak, because man, the same voice over and over and over again, the monotone voice, the blah, 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 that stuff gets old. So we're going to try to fool all these psychological cues so that you can go to the NBA, because sending you to the NBA is kind of the whole point, right? Right? We're not trying to win games. We're not trying to win YouTube awards by getting viewership numbers going up or down, right? We're trying to make you go to the NBA. We're trying to get you to get better. And how can we do that? Very, very simply, doing everything on our trajectory page. Making sure that you do every single thing every single day, eventually. Heck, the sooner the better. If you can do all that stuff in second grade, congratulations. You're amazing. But if you have to build up to it until 8th grade, sure. Would you make it as far? No, of course not. But if you can do it right now, I suppose. So can you do every single thing that it's telling you to do so that your trajectory equals the NBA? So look at the sheet and tell me if you're actually doing those things. All right? And if you are, yeah, then we're gonna make some memories along the way. That'll be really cool. So let's start the show with our quote of the day. Quote of the day: don't ever be content. Content? No. Oh, content. Stupid in English. I knew that, by the way. All right. Don't ever be content. All right. English is such a strange language. Literally like the same word. All right. And yet we're like, Chinese has 4 different tones and it's so confusing. 我要学, 我要学. I don't know what I'm saying, but yes. That means I want water or I want to sleep. They sound the same. Yeah. But anyways, don't ever be content. Content is another word for happy. But it's not really. It's like happiness in terms of settling. It's like happiness as in terms of like, I'm good enough. I guess I'm good enough. Don't ever be content in that regard. And I think that's what I was just speaking about with watching the show, with getting better, improving. You can't ever just be like, I'm good enough. I finally made it. I feel like Noah is at that level, especially since he just came out with a new commercial today. He's like, oh yeah, I'm good. He thinks he's in the driver's seat. He thinks he's like at a good clef. He thinks he's at like, he knows he needs to get better, but I honestly think he's like, I'm aimed this way, I'll always go this way. Whoa! All my hard work is done. This kid used to, if there's ever a point at which you used to work harder than you currently do, then you've lost. That's what this quote is saying. All right? If there's ever a time when you can say, I used to be a harder worker, you've lost. The point is to continue climbing those steps, not just in terms of skill level, maturity, but also in terms of your ability to work harder and harder and harder for longer and longer and longer. All right? So that's why Kobe was able to do all those hours, and why I failed to try to emulate him once I got to become a professional, because I hadn't grown up like that. So yeah, no one's doing Kobe level stuff, but you have to build up to it. So that one, your skill, your shooting ability might be like a ride, ups and downs, but your effort level needs to be only up. The amount of hours that you put in, only up. All right, so the hard part about that is that homework becomes harder and takes more hours of the day once you become middle schooler, high schooler, etc. So you have to battle that. You have to figure that out. All right, if you have your high goals and you want to get good grades while you're great at basketball, that's a tough thing to juggle in your life. But through all that, don't ever be content. That's the quote of the day, the 4-word quote of the day for the 4th day of the week, this Wednesday. Wednesday's quote of the day, don't ever be content. Let's see a random video for our History of Hoops section now. All right, the History of Hoops. James Naismith in the peach basket. All right, this guy is the inventor of basketball. James Ulysses Naismith. I don't know if that's his middle name or not, but it sounds like it. And I think with this video that's on that page, you get to click it and you get to hear him talking. Obviously, it's not him on the television set because television was not invented then. It actually was. This I think the interviews from like the 1930s or something like that. But no, he invented the sport before the turn of the century, so in late 1800s. And you know how American basketball is, right? Well, it was invented in Canada. All right, and we've never had, at least I don't think so, we've never had a Canadian MVP. This might be the first one. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander might just upset the Joker, but they're playing the series together, and Joker's winning so far. That might sway the votes. Are the votes in for MVP? I don't know. And Joker had the better season, but people are just kind of sick and tired of seeing him, I guess. I don't know. But yes, a Canadian, just like Shea, invented, with a little difference, because this guy has glasses, invented the game of basketball, and he used a peach basket, and I believe it was a swimming pool for the court. And every time that someone made it, he took the ball out and threw it back down to people. I don't know if there was dribbling allowed. I don't know if all this stuff happened, but the game slowly evolved from there, from a PE class. I don't know if he was at a college or high school, but from a PE class game into the game that we know today. All right, so great job. While your PE teachers are inventing like hopscotch, tic-tac-toe, this guy just made a game that changed the entire planet. All right, think about that. I don't even know who invented tennis or who invented football, who invented baseball, but we know who invented basketball, and it's this guy. Is that true or not? I don't know who invented hockey either. Definitely a Canadian for hockey. Yeah. All right. Workout stuff, the homework. Man, this thing's all over the place. Okay, now I'll put my head right there. Okay, there we go. All right, the homework. Back down series, pick and roll, re-screen, Statue of Liberty, layup, 2-ball catch layups, dowel jumps, and peekaboo shots. These are all the things that we will be doing coming up here on Friday. So make sure that either today, tomorrow, or Friday, you post 5 minutes of homework for each of these things. But tonight's homework, not homework, but tonight's workout is one-on-one, no steals, no blocks. That you playing one-on-one, making sure that you slide in front of them, make sure that you do that stuff, but you can't steal or block the ball, but I still want you to play defense. If you steal or block the ball, it counts as a bucket. But on offense, you allow one dribble max, all right? You can pump fake and then drive and go right at him, but you're practicing your pull-up jump shots. We're practicing shooting a shot with a defender in our face, which is tough. All right, but they can't still block it, so you should have at least the knowledge that you do that. So it's just an intermediate step between doing it for reals. Make 15 threes in 3 minutes. That's a great goal. We can see if you guys can do that. You have 3 minutes to do so. We might even use that group as a rotation group. 3 minutes to make 15 threes. Can you do it? Line jumps to shots. Jumping over a line as fast as you possibly can, but instead of just doing that drill and many different types of jumps, we're going to shoot shots in between them. Tap, tap series. That's going forward, going tap, tap with the ball. Ba-dap, ba-dap. And then you go crossover or go straight. Again, we'll show you all that stuff in a second. 21x3 jumps. I believe that's the homework for the month, is just jumping a whole bunch of times trying to dunk it, rim touches. We'll actually be doing it for one of our groups. 3 minutes a pop should actually equate to all the jumps that you'll need for that day. Quick ball touches, another jumping one. You can have you on a chair and other people jumping up trying to touch it, but you're going to go hop, 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 hop. But if all my words didn't make sense, because do they ever? All right, do they ever? Nah. You can watch the videos right now. Let's go watch them. First one up. right, that just reminded me. Kieran was trying to jump right there, and I was trying to think of, will he ever dunk? Well, I was like, no, he doesn't jump all the time. He shoots all the time. He practices shooting a lot. And all those dunkers, they were like 5'10" who can dunk and stuff like that, they probably jump as much as Kieran shoots. And I was thinking, you don't have time to do both. Dude, you gotta pick. Do you want to be a dunker? Do you want to be a scorer? Do you want to be a dribbler? Do you want to be the people that can do them both are probably just lucky in one regard or the other. But yeah, we try to do it all on our end. But maybe try to have a well-rounded game, because jumping is very, very important. Trying to get high, but it shouldn't be all that you do. Same with shooting, shouldn't be all that you do too. That's a weird one. It's a hard one, man, because I would rather be skilled up than be high jumper, but high jumping wins some games too. Oh, it's tough, man. Anyways, all right, moving on to our calendar of stuff. What we got today? What we got? It's this screen right here. All right, so this is all the stuff that we're doing for the year. I will be adding the summer dates soon, okay? Where I believe it's Monday in Aurora, Tuesday, Thursday in Broomfield, Wednesday, Friday in Denver. We just don't have our Denver locations yet, so I haven't added them to the site. They got them back to me. They keep playing phone tag. They go back and forth. All they say is, oh, that school's not available. Pick another one. I'm like, okay, how about this one? I'm like, that school's not available. Pick another one. I'm like, can you just tell me which schools are available? But they don't do it that way. It's really weird. So, yeah, we have to wait for them. But the stuff that we have upcoming right now, on this May 7th, we got Thornton Middle School, Mirachek Middle. Tomorrow we got Shadow Ridge. And then on Friday we got Thornton and Mirachek. And then nothing this weekend. Nothing this weekend. Make sure you guys go out there and do a whole bunch of stuff, please. All right? And let's move on to our YouTube video of the day. It's me! If you notice, there are like literally so many pictures of me that have funny faces. And, like, if you just like go through and pause, like, what am I doing? Like, what is that? What is that? What, am I like mad at someone? Am I looking at like a bee coming near me? What is this one? Oh, am I like swallowing something? Like, it's so weird how many different faces I make. Okay, what is this one? Okay, that one I'm definitely pooping. All right, but yes, all right. I will show this video because watching it in still takes is horrible. But I will also make myself disappear because there cannot be two of me. There can't be two of me ever. But you guys watch this video and we'll talk to see what it's about in a second. Watch it. Rough road ahead. You have to be prepared because there is a rough road ahead. I don't know whether you thought that it was going to be easy or not, but I think a lot of people assume that it's going to be easy. They assume that when they say their goals out loud, that's like 90% of the journey, but it's not. It's extremely tough to get your high goals achieved. So when we give you the opportunity, don't think that that's your lucky day. No, when we give you the opportunity, that is merely the first step of a million. And each step along the way, even though you have the door open for you, you have an opportunity to get there now. It's fantastic. But each step along the way is going to be tumultuous. Each step along the way is going to be tougher than the step before it. It's not going to be easy. So get that out of your head. It's just not going to be easy. So when we ask you guys to play up age levels, when we ask you guys to post homework, know that that's not going to be easy. One day might be okay to shoot your shots. All right? But it's the persistence of doing it every single day. When we ask you to post homework, it's the persistence of and the professionalism of going in, filming it, posting it, trying to create that culture. When we ask you to play up, it's not just showing up for the games and getting your butt kicked, but it's like going out there and giving a true effort, even though you have a very small percent chance to win. It's these things. And each time that you add something else to your plate, you're creating a new standard. It's a new standard to where now you've gotten better, but now you're gonna have to get better again. Because now maybe after you play up, after you do all the homework, after you get better and better and better, you're gonna be better than all of the kids at your school. But then now you're gonna see, I'm not better than all the kids in the city. I still get my butt kicked. So you're gonna get better than all the kids in the city eventually. But then you realize that you're not better than all the kids in the state. You still get your butt kicked. So now you're gonna try to get better than all the kids in the state. And even after that, you're not better than all the kids in the country. So now you gotta get better than them. And even then, you got to get better than all the kids in the world. But then you start ninth grade and realize you're now 3 years behind the seniors and you have to get better than them. So it's a continuing thing. And even if you make it to the NBA, now you have new hurdles to go above. So it'll always be creating new standards and new standards and new standards. And every step along the way, it's going to be rough. And you have to understand that going into it to have the best chance at accomplishing it. So when there's two choices to make, to play for this team or to play for that team, or to do this or to do that, choose the one that is harder. Don't be tricked into playing for an all-star team where everything becomes easy. And now like your job's easy and it's simple and you're happy. Or you do a workout that is like very, very like cool on like, you know, on your lungs. It's very easy on your legs and it feels good. That's a huge trick to make you stop working as hard as you're supposed to be working. So if the road's not hard, you need to probably figure it out to stop. And if the games aren't difficult, you should probably find some harder games. That's the one thing that I can't do for you guys. I can tell you to go this way or that way. I can tell you to do this and that, but I can't make the games easier. The games are going to be what they are. If you struggle in the games, it needs to be a good thing. And until you're ready, it might be months or even years until you have that breakout game. You have to keep searching for it. I can't hand it to you. We can't set up your shots to just go in. We can't tell the other team to take it easy on you. So just heads up, there's going to be a rough road ahead, but know deep down inside your heart and in your mind and in your logic that you would want it no other way. All right. So yes, there will be a rough road ahead. All right. Limitless Hoops. All right. There'll be a rough road ahead, and you do have to figure it out. You do have to like tell yourself that you struggling is a good thing. All right. You being put into a tremendously hard position is a great thing. Oh my God. Like I was like, let's say that you're so scared that you don't move in the game. That's got to be good somehow, at least once. Maybe just don't keep doing it, but you got to be like, all right, I froze, but I was brave enough to go out there and I'm willing to go back again. All right. So it's every single step because you're doing something monster-like. All right. You're doing something amazing so that if it's not difficult, if you're not struggling, if you're just doing so well, then you suck. But if you're really, really struggling, like they stole the ball from you 87 times, that's when you're doing well. I mean, as long as they're not, unforced errors, of course, right? But if you're doing something above your pay grade, that's where you want to be, but it's a hard thing for people to watch. All right, let's see the trivia question today. This NBA player has two brothers, also who, wait, what? Oh, that's kind of wrong grammar. Has two brothers who also played in the NBA. A sister who played basketball at his college, and is married to a pro soccer player. Who is this freak of a family? Again, this NBA player has had two brothers also play in the NBA. All right, a sister who played basketball at his college, and is married to a pro soccer player. Who is this person? And let me know in the comment section before the end of the show. Good luck, because I'm going to commercial break. Water break.
Something know about Mendoza, sewer, and water. That's better.
Nobody still with the answer? Okay. That's the person, Antetokounmpo? Ooh, that is so close. I don't think he went to college. That is nice. I also don't think he has a sister. But nice, that's a nice guess. Drew Holiday is the answer. Good job. I see Suave with the answer. That is it right there. So I'm adding a point for Von Sophie. Sova Chekalunukiloko. I don't know. Story of the day. Let's watch it. Imagine the toughest game atmosphere. Now imagine if that was the only basketball you ever knew. Like growing up in New York, you'd either be forced to quit or adapt. So be grateful for the times that are too hard to handle. and seek to have as many of those moments as you can find. So yeah, man, you want to be in a struggling situation. Imagine growing up in the Drew Holiday family where you're an NBA player and then your other brother was already one, but your other brother was like a better NBA player, and then your sister was freaking like a college basketball player. Then one of them married a pro soccer. It's like, dude, that's a lot of competition. And they're surrounded by this greatness where, yeah, it's going to push them to great heights, but at the same time, it's going to make them not feel worth. They're not going to feel special. And that's what you want to go through. It's funny, the best players go through that where there's like they're playing against such great players that they feel like they suck, and then they make the NBA. And the worst players go, I want to feel special. And then they do, and they start winning games, and it's like, no, dummy. You should have done what the NBA dude was doing, getting his butt kicked. Now, and then the NBA players who do dominate early, they don't end up being as great as they should be. But they're more likely to go through the craziness because they're like, you know what? I got higher goals. The bad players are like, I got to win now or I'll never win in high school or college. Stop saying that. Struggle. Go through the struggle as if you lived in New York. You want to imagine the greatest atmosphere, the hardest atmosphere, and you want to reproduce that over and over and over and over again. Duh. Otherwise, you're just like, man, I wish I was getting my butt kicked by my older brother, but I don't have an older brother. I wish I was in New York getting my butt kicked there because I would try harder. But you don't have New York. All you got is Colorado and a younger sister who doesn't play basketball because she paints. And you're trying to get better like that. Are you posting the homework? Are you doing that stuff because the pain you feel today is the strength you feel tomorrow? I mean, who's posting homework? Who's doing that stuff? Who's going out there every single day posting homework? I see Sophie, I see Wes, I see Jeff, or Jay, sorry. I see Luke, I see Wes again, I see Chacon. All right, keep posting homework. Teo, great job, Teo. All right, keep posting homework. Hey, our 7th graders, you guys, 5th or 7th grade team, you guys are becoming really, really good. You guys did a whole defensive workout the other day. That was awesome. Gonna get a workout going again today. Those people that show up the most, you guys as well. All right, you guys showing up every single day. All right, that's awesome. Mason said that he will be missing today. All right, he will be missing today. So he's the leader, 72.5. Taylor's right behind him. And then we got Adrian right behind him. Man, that is a battle. That is a battle royale right there. All right, and Romello right behind them. That is a battle. I don't think we ever had this close of a battle. All right, then we got Max coming up there, Wes, Josh, Joey, I almost said Joseph, and then Jace right there, Luke, Henry, Lincoln, Josiah, Austin, and Gennaro rounded out. All right, Gennaro's come to more days than Vaughn? Come on, Vaughn. All right, but yes, we have our historical leaders as well. Upcoming birthdays, Lucas Saint. If you come on your birthday, you get to shoot a shot from either the free throw line, 3-point line, or the half court line. If you're in high school, it's for a coin. All right, so make sure you guys show up on your birthdays. I see those birthdays coming up here soon. Is it 5/9? Uh-oh. Will we have anything to do on 5/9? That's on Friday. Luca can get a coin. Has to just make, what grade is he in? 4th grade? That's a free throw, dude. Come on, Luca, show up, man. Show up on your birthday. All right, and then the quest to 2,000 events. Joey Masseth is leading the way over Adrian. It was switched for a second, but Joey started to come more and more. Jace is above Romello now. Oh, can he keep rising? He's had an amazing start. Amazing start to his Limitless Hoop career. All right, Josh kind of fallen, but the rest of you guys, like Teo is the oldest person up on this list. He has a slight chance to make it, especially when we add more days. So don't forget that our quote of the day is don't ever be content. And then don't forget to don't ever be content. All right, we have our summer schedule coming up here soon. As soon as Denver gets back to me. No games this weekend, but we have games next weekend. Keep working out there. Keep showing out. And I will talk to y'all soon, man. Reese's Pieces, everybody. Cue my music.